All right, guys, the struggle is real when you are really distracted. So this is from 2 days ago. I haven't posted about it. Yeah, maybe it has a little bit to do with embarrassment and waiting a little while to post it. But at the same time, I know how valuable it is to get these out there and really say, this is what I did. This is what happened, and this is what I do when I'm tired. I was so tired that Marina and I were having a conversation, and I must have yawned. Just thinking about it's making me yawn. I must have yawned, oh my God, 15 times during it. So, so this is just a little video to go over, what happened with me that day. So all of these arrows that I've drawn on here, I saw as they were happening. I did not take any of them. I was tired, grouchy, didn't feel right about it. I've actually since done away with the 233 EMA because I don't trade it well. I don't flow well with it. It's too busy for me. And so I had to do away with it. And it shows today, once we see my charts today, how big of a difference it really makes when I am really listening to what's happening at the time. So you can see here, I ignored all of these. I saw a broken divergence. I'm like, oh, strong trending market. I'll just take pullbacks to the 233. Well, as you can see, I'm extremely late on my entries to the 233. Didn't feel comfortable. It turned around and said, ah, forget this. I've lost 3 ticks and, lost 1.5 points because I am trading 2 contracts. I got in again. I saw my reasons for exit. I don't know. I could not even tell you what made me hold on. I can only tell you what made me hold on is probably the wishing and the hoping. And obviously, you can wish in one hand. I don't know if you've heard the saying. And, fill up the other one with a lot of beautiful stuff. And you're going to, with a lot of hopes and dreams and see which one fills up first, That's not actually the way the saying goes. I was just leaving poop out of it. But anyways, it just didn't work out for me today, or that day, a couple days ago. And so I had to leave for an appointment. I just realized that my plan was to come back, look at it more, and do some more work with it. But as you can see, I just said, forget it. Screw it. I got a 3-point loss for the day. And I just dealt with it. Now, last night, I was in bed early. Let's look at what happened for today. All right, and here's today's chart. So last night I was in bed early. I woke up at 5:30 this morning feeling so extremely refreshed, and we can see the difference in my trading. Actually, let me remove all of these Fibonacci extensions so we can kind of clear things up along the way. I'll talk about all these lines and everything. Really what happened was I could see there was signs of a strong trending market after divergence break. So we had divergence on the higher time frame, and divergence broke right here once we closed past that higher pivot, once we really started to pull away from it. So it pulls back in, and I say, okay, well, it's pulling back in, but guess what we have? Broken divergence. So break of divergence, pullback. I actually recorded this too, and I did change a little bit of what I was saying here because sometimes I'll just throw it up there really quick with what's in my mind, and I realize it's not something that you can actually understand. So we break of a divergence and a pullback to our lower point for a possible more to the upside. Pulls back to the 610 EMA, and as you can see, I got rid of the 233, which means a lot of my anxiety over that is over. I got into my first trade when I saw this first pop up. And I said, okay, this may pull back a little bit more, which it did, and it gave me an even better entry point. All of this was great entry points as well. So all of these, right anywhere right in here, all of these, you could even gotten in here, anywhere in here when it's pulling back and giving you a push up. I can only assume that the 233 EMA was right in here, so this may have been something that you wanted to attempt with the 233 EMA and the weak retracement. but I did have distance to the 0 line. As it was pulling back here, I was watching the 1597 EMA, and let's look at where I actually got in here. So let's see it line up. There we go. So it did still show a lot of strength down in the 1597 EMA. During a strong trending market, that is going to happen. You are going to see that happen time and time again, because at that point, the MACDs are kind of out of whack. They said, okay, we had divergence, so it should turn around from here, but it's not. So, oh my God, we're pushing back down hard. When the truth of the matter is, the strength of the market is way too much for this to push back down. Okay, so let me put, I don't remember exactly where this was at, but somewhere where I started my day, right in here, I think, something like that. Anyways, so I got in twice here, and I let the first one hit my 2 points. So I'm like, all right, got my 2 points. And at that time, I had moved my risk up a little bit here. I did move it back down because I realized I was, I'm sorry, before then, right around here, I moved it up. Realized I was a little bit hasty. This tiny bar happens, it pulls back in. So at that point, I do start moving my risk up. I talked about moving it a couple ticks back behind here, and then I move it up to this point, and I eventually start to move it up to here, and I realize that, hey, this is kind of starting to peter out. Your MACDs are starting to roll on both of your time frames. It's time to get out. This little bar, where is it? This little bar right here had me a little bit concerned, because after a strong push in that tiny, tiny bar, it says it's losing a little bit of strength. So I went ahead and just took my exit at that point. Now I did mark a line way further up here that says this was the next area on the with the extensions that this may come from, you know, that this may go to, because there was a cluster of extensions right at that point. So it may go up to around to 2392, which is not very far off from where we're at. With a strong trending market, that's definitely possible. But now my maids are here, and it's time to call it a day. Have a wonderful day, peeps.